statement of the collapse of proposed residential flats. Huyu ni mtu anajenga flats, amejaribu on LR number 7960/80. There was an amalgamation of plots. 79/84, 7960/88 of Mirema Drive in Zimmerman area, Roysambu constituency, Nairobi County. Do you have a chairperson from Roysambu? Somebody? Okay. Closest? Roysambu area? Okay. Looks like we don't have. Oh. Okay, thank you for that clarification, madam. I appreciate. So at approximately 11 p.m., this will be my last part of presentation on Sunday, 24th September, 2023, a 10-story residential building. How much would a 10-story building cost you today? How much? How much? Let's get an answer from this side. 60 million? That's really very low, but thank you.
100 million.
And above, yes, that's fair. This side? And
now the problem we have is that these people...
Give me a cost, please. We have a plenary.
It can be anything between...
Oh, yeah. Thank you. 150. Thank you. Yes, you will tell me why. For sure, it cannot be less than 200 million. For sure. As an architect, it cannot be less than 200 million. Just imagine this. You wake up, you receive a call from the fundi. Yes, they are still alive. That sasa tumefika kwa mjengo and yote imeanguka. Just imagine that. Oh, and if you have pressure issues. But if you don't, you will start that day. Yes. So, on Mirema Drive, Simam, I'm still reading the statement. Then we can start the questions and the comments. No casualties were reported. That is always very good news for us. Because really, however, there was damage to an adjacent building. Okay? A vehicle as well as Kenya Power and Lighting Company. Now, let me come back. The project was registered with the National Construction Authority under registration number 5312791570189 and was intended to be a 12-story residential building. This was after submission of the Nairobi City County approval and environmental impact assessment license from NEMA. So there was NEMA license, there were approvals. It was also registered with us. The developer is, I don't want to name names, but I will just say one name, Joseph -- and the consultants on record were architect, I don't want to name the name, and engineer, that and QS. Now, that is what I mean. With project registration, we are able to know who is doing what where. That is how far we have achieved N.C.A. But now the problem is, are we able to really tell that these people are actually doing it? Definitely for this case, the architect, the engineer, the developer, the contractor were not doing their work. Are we right? But at least we know they were there. At least we know it was who and who and who. Kara, thank you so much for inviting N.C.A. The gospel is, would you allow a surgery on you by an intern, a fundi ya hospitali? They are registered architects, they are registered engineers that are out there. If I'm to give you I'm not bragging, but how bright they are. When you talk to architects or engineers, just to tell you about me, I'm not selling myself. I may not be the best architect, but they are actually very bright because of the aggregate points that are required. And they are able to give you the best. In my time in KCP, I was the best in my district. Then I went to Alliance, I had an A-, did architecture, and passed, and I'm here. But you choose a fundi to take care of your of your side who did not even finish class 8, kindly let us engage professionals. However much expensive they could be. Just imagine if you are being treated by a doctor who is just maybe a class 3, class 4. It's better if he's standing there watching. Let me tell you, there is a saying that goes, I'm losing it. Construction sites are theaters. Okay? And there are places that will either make lives. We are now living in a very beautiful environment. Okay? There is somebody who worked on this. Okay? But also we could have lost lives. So thank you so much. I'm still here. Let's engage, but preach the word to the developers back at home. Preach the word that let them have an architect and engineer every 2 weeks to check their work. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nancy, for those remarks and for the presentation. I think we still need to have more sessions so that we appreciate more what N.C.A does and how we can be able to engage. I know you have a database of qualified contractors that people can use when they need to use those kind of, because you register contractors also. So we need to agree on how we can easily access some of this information so that at times maybe people use what I could call unqualified people because they wonder where they can get that information of those who are qualified. And this should be something that should be easily accessible. But I think you've touched on many areas about your work and the areas that, how we can be able to collaborate. And part of the reason why we're having this session was just to see how best, like Marianne put it, how best we can help. Because we all agree this is our country. We all agree we want neighborhoods that we can be proud of. But we also know that everybody have their roles and responsibility. There's what the government can do, there's what we can do. So how then can we sit down and agree, this is our respective roles, and this is where we have a common ground, and how do we work together? The people seated in this room come from various neighborhoods, resident associations, and they want the best for their neighborhood and for their country. But at times they get so frustrated because the people that are supposed to work with in government are not playing their part of the game. And if they're doing that, they're doing it in a way that compromises everything on the book. So Nancy, one of the message we needed to take back to N.C.A is that the resident associations want to work with N.C.A. I know you are not able to monitor everything that happens in every corner of this country. You don't have the capacity. But we live in these neighborhoods. We can help you monitor what is happening, provided you assure us that when they report, you take action. And you take decisive action that will then make sure that we either stop construction, we bring down the development, and we make sure that people are following the law. So this can be a police. They can police the neighborhoods and give you very useful information that you can act on. So that was just, by the way, because I know those are some of the issues that will come from the floor. So I'm just preempting because I know the kind of thinking that we have in the room. So having listened to N.C.A, ladies and gentlemen, we've slightly almost overshooting our time.